What's up everyone, it's Ojh&x and we're back at it again, and in this video we are going to take down Baron Geddon, who after the recent Molten Core buffs has gone from being a 1 minute wonder and now is one of the hardest bosses in Molten Core. And why is that? Well, the changes on the screen up here. So we've got Baron Geddon. So now Geddon will apply a burn to everything he hits. Previously it was only applied to towers, and in addition the burn is slightly increased. Geddon's health has been increased. There's an AoE clear now that happens on the phase transition around Baron Geddon. That never used to happen. You used to be able to ambush Baron Geddon with something like a Draxath healed with a Shaman Chimera in there, and you just one-shot it completely, but that is not a thing anymore. And there's also the lava tornado that damages players towers and has got a slightly increased movement speed. So you've got Baron going around the map clockwise, you've got the tornado going around anti-clockwise, and this fight has got significantly harder, but this is how I did it. So I used this Ren deck. My partner at the time, Eladen, shout out, thanks for your help in this one. One of my guild mates, he was using Hogger, because there's a number of beast minis in this one. Flying minis are going to be your friend. I've gone with Rend because obviously Rend's passive will make your flying minis cost one less, whilst Rend is on the map. So in there we've got Rend, we've got Gary Gargoyle in there, we've got Polymorph, because Polymorph, if you polymorph all the fire elementals that are coming when they're in the lava, they will burn and just basically be dead before they even get to your base. You can get huge value on Polymorph in this one because there are often enemy minis that are stacked up. Harpy's in there doing really good DPS. Blizzard spell in there for the slow and just for the area damage that it can do, and also some last minute boss damage if needed. Dark Eye Miner in there because getting as much gold as possible is going to help you out in this one. There are gold mines in this one, but you can't get to them by sending your kobold to them, because kobold's going to walk across the lava and die before it gets there. So Dark Eye Miner, really important. And then finally Chimera in there, loads of splash damage, just loads of general damage, and again another flying mini, so you don't need to worry about walking across the lava in this one. You'll see that I'm playing a number of minis out of slot. That's to keep the average level down to something sensible. No benefit to going in there and smashing through it with 28s and 29s and then making a video on it and talking about how easy it was or whatever. So that's what we are. Average level 25.4. I think my partner's level was something around the same, certainly in the 25s. Anyway, that's where we're up to. This is how we did it. Straight into this one then. So at the moment we're just going to see what the AI does. Opening up with a Chimera. Like I say, Chimera is going to do a pretty good job on this one. Now what you'll see on the left side is that the Chimera is going to go over to that left tower. It's going to get rid of Bat Rider, get rid of Griffin Rider, and win that tower for us. So that's going to be really, really good if you've got Chimeras in there. We did consider using the slow talent of the Chimera, but instead we've gone for double poison and just taken out another Bat Rider. We did polymorph a fire elemental that was in the lava there, and as you saw, it died. And because we've got the golden sheep, we got a little bit of gold out of that as well, which is really, really good for us. And another fire elemental in the top right corner that has died, or mostly died, to the lava. So that's really, really good. Blizzard coming down, that's going to take out a Griffin Rider, a Bat Rider, most of a Drake, Kale to help us finish off that fire elemental, and do some damage to the siege tower. So what are we trying to do? Well, at the moment we are kind of just getting settled into this one a little bit. We are trying to take some of the towers. That way we can basically sort out a bit of an ambush with a Gary Gargoyle straight on to Geddon, and also keeping hold of this top left tower gives us access to the gold chest and to the gold mine that's up there. So this top left tower for us is a pretty important one, really. So for the Banshee, we're mostly trying to take Gargoyles. With the Banshee we might take the odd fire elemental, but Gargoyles is going to be what we're aiming for. Now as you can see, Geddon has area of effects, swing effects in front of him and behind. So if you have got something like Harpies that would normally come in and do absolute work whilst Gary Gargoyle's doing the distracting, they're going to die because Geddon hits all around him, essentially. So we're mostly, with the fire elementals, going to try and take them out with the Harpies, and like I say, save our Banshee for the Gargoyles. And at this point, we are just working our way around the map. If you are going to take the towers, you're best trying to get in behind Geddon. So that's probably what we're going to look at doing. And like I say, once you have got a tower, you can use that as a sort of staging post for a bit of an ambush. Get a Gary dropped in there for that immediate damage, and then something ranged if you can to be chipping away. Like I say, it probably will get hit, but there's not a lot you can do about that. So we're going to have a gargoyle coming down here. That's going to get in 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. It's going to have 5 or 6 shots in there, and has managed to absorb 4 or 5 hits from Geddon as well. And that's a level 24 gargoyle. So, you know, if you've got a stronger one than that, you'll be able to do even more work. So far, looking so good. Being patient, you don't want to rush this one. Use your Dark Eye Miner to get out there, get as much of the gold as you can, because as I said earlier, your kobold can't really walk to any of the gold mines here. So, you know, you're going to need to use your Dark Eye Miner to maximise that. Loads of poison on Geddon. Are we going to phase Geddon? No. Okay. Got some harpies that were played to take out that fire elemental and went straight into a drake and died. So, let's not do that again. So like I say, me and my partner are basically playing very, very similar decks, apart from he's also using Banshee and has got a Griffin Rider in there with the extended range talent, which does well. Chimera, we took an opportunist moment to get the Chimera down there, phase Geddon, plus a Blizzard spell, and yeah. We really didn't need, I mean, I personally didn't need to push that at that moment. Possibly been left a little bit short of gold. But hey, we've got good DPS through the Harpies. And like I say, we've got the Banshee in there to get us out of trouble more often than not. And Old Faithful Polymorph coming in there. As well, so we do take a little bit of damage, but holding off on that Blizzard I think was a reasonable play on my part, because it meant I could get a Chimera down to help deal with the gargoyle on the right. So there is going to be a lot happening around around the map here, things coming from the left, the right and from the top. Fortunately, there's nothing that can come up from below, but we've got all sorts going on that right side. Yeah, the Living Bomb has destroyed our defence, but we dealt with that without taking any damage. So all looking okay so far. More mining going on. I'm going to put a Blizzard down on all of that, so taking out things like Vultures, Griffin Riders, Bat Riders, and doing some damage to that tower, because the top left tower is the most important one, in my opinion, and then the top right one as well. You've got them as staging posts, and from there you can drop your gargoyle straight onto Geddon. Griffin Rider doing a really good job with the extended rage talent. Got a few smacks in, and then some harpies played straight into the face of Geddon, dispatched out of there. But easier said than done to be able to avoid, you know, all damage from Geddon, because he's got such a big hitbox, or a big area of effect. So we have got that tower up on the right now. So I am going to be keeping hold of my gargoyle and looking for a bit of an ambush. I did play my Chimera, hoping it would get a few poison spits out, but I played it far too early, and it just flew off basically flew straight into one of the lava tornadoes. I mean, rubbish, just rubbish on my part. Anyway. Got a gargoyle that's gone down and got a few hits in, because we lost that tower on the right. I wanted to use that tower top right to get a gargoyle in, but it just wasn't meant to be, because the tornadoes came around and we lost that tower. Anyway, we've got a possessed Molten Giant that's going to get a few smacks in. A Blizzard coming down on the boss, because everything was clumped up there for some direct damage. A few spits from the Chimera, that's only going to help us out in the long run, and at this stage we're getting pretty close. So I'm going to play a Rend just to reduce the cost of my flying minis, and then I think that when old Geddon mate comes around this right hand side, it will be time to unleash the fury of the Gary, which we've done exactly that, supported by a Chimera, and that with the poison and the fact that the Gary Gargoyle's an absolute unit, hopefully is going to be the end of that. That is the end of that. That's how we did it. So it was control of the top left tower where possible, control of the top right tower where possible, as much mining as you can do with the Dark Eye miners, and some essential minis in this one, in my opinion, are going to be Gargoyle, Banshee. I do like having a spell in there, and as just mentioned, Dark Eye Miner. Anyway, this is a difficult fight, so I hope this guide helps you out. If it does, let me know in the comments. If you're not already, please get yourself subscribed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.